Hey guys, welcome back to No Redemption Outdoors. And here we are, out on the water. It's a beautiful day, finally in Michigan. It's finally a nice day out. I think it's about 60 degrees and sunny and just a little breeze. But it's just been a gorgeous day, and I do feel a little bit guilty because I think I should be at home sheltering in place or doing chores. But I decided that, no, not today. I am getting out on the water. It's been such a long winter, and I am just excited to be here. And there was nothing going to keep me off the water today.
Hey.
Hey, Tony, what are you doing here?
What are you doing?
Nothing. I was just getting the kayak ready and
Fishing.
getting ready to make a video. I got the camera set up.
I see that. How's it going?
Well, it's going all right. How are you?
All right. Just happened to see you sitting out here fishing in the yard, so figured I'd stop by and see what's
your
up.
mom's in the house.
Oh, all right. Well, have fun.
Yeah. Take care. Hey guys, welcome back to No Redemption Outdoors. I totally planned that, by the way. So today we're doing the walk around of my kayak. I brought it out of the garage and dusted it off, and I rigged it up. And this is the way I would use it if I were going to take it out to the lake. And so I thought I'd walk you around it, show you what I've done to it, and give you a general review. So this is the Field & Stream Shadowcaster, and I bought this at Dick's Sporting Goods about 3 years ago, and I think I paid maybe $750, something like that. And I think it's around 11 feet long. I'm not exactly sure of that, but it is heavy. It's around 95 pounds. As it comes from the factory, and then I've added a bunch of stuff on, so it's quite heavy. So moving it around is a bit of a challenge, but enough of that. Let me just walk you around to give you a look at it. We'll start at the front and we'll work our way to the back. So up front we have the storage compartment, and you know, this pretty generic. I keep the propeller cover in here for the trolling motor, and also I have in here a battery pack, which I will explain in just a minute. But there's enough room in here to keep, you know, miscellaneous life jackets or miscellaneous gear. And I don't think it's watertight by any means, but at least if this thing were to flip over, this stuff couldn't just fall out. And then that just latches. And then coming back, these steps, this is a, by the way, this is a stand-on kayak. It's a sit-on-top kayak, I think they call it. And you can actually stand up when you're out on the water, and it's very stable. It's surprisingly stable. And there is a place for a water bottle and various other things. A lot of guys make modifications here and mount their graphs and different things. I chose to go a different route, but there are a variety of mods that you can do to it, and I imagine sooner or later I'll do some of them. It has the Scotty mount rails here built in, and I added on these rod mounts, and they just basically, again, these are Scotty mounts. They just go into the track. I got them on both sides. I also have a Scotty mount for my graph, which I will get to in just a minute. And then I got a I don't know, this is a chute paddle. To me it's just black and yellow. So I have a lanyard attached to it, so if it ever decides to go for a swim, it doesn't go away. Moving back, move this bag out of the way. the seat, as I mentioned, this is a sit-on-top kayak, but it also, you can lower it and sit down inside a little bit. So sometimes that's useful, but often, most of the time I keep it up like that, and then you just pull this through and it latches. There's a thing there that latches it, and then that just holds it steady. You can adjust this as necessary. Also, this will, it'll even go further down in just by simply doing this kind of thing. So for now, I'll just put it back. All right. So, and by the way, this seat is surprisingly comfortable. You'd be surprised just how comfortable it is. So, continuing back, I think this is probably a good point to talk about the trolling motor. So let's take a walk around here. So I had to create this mount for the trolling motor, and I watched a video on YouTube and I built this myself, and it's basically made of PVC and 1x6. And if you take a look around here where I mount the trolling motor, I actually doubled it up, and then I painted the whole thing, and the PVC fits down into the rod holders on both sides, so that creates the mounting point, and it's pretty sturdy, I will tell you. And so on there I mounted my Minn Kota. I think this is an Enduramax. It is. So it's got the digital speed control, forward and reverse, and I have it hooked to my Group 24 battery here, and I run the cable right here into this. I don't have the strap on at the moment, but there is a strap that goes on this, holds it down, and so it's all rigged up. And if you look at the propeller, that works pretty good. And then when I want to, I can just fold it up. And I want you to know, this thing is very quiet, and some of the best fishing, the most peaceful, is in the evening or in the early morning, just at sunup or at sundown, and you're going along, and it's just whisper quiet, and you just sneak up on those mondos. But this has been fantastic. It's a great add-on. Now we come to the graph. This is a Garmin Striker 4, and I just, like I said before, I have it mounted up in a Scotty mount. Now this is an interesting Scotty mount because it also has a transducer holder. So let me just take a moment, I can show you this. The mount itself detaches, and then this apparatus goes into the track, and it has a swing arm for the transducer. And so I just lower it down, put my cable here, just to kind of get it out of the way, and then it's all snapped in there as such, and then I can point that where I need it, and the transducer is right in the ideal location. It's a beautiful thing. Now, to get power, I mentioned earlier I have a battery pack up front, and so the cable for that comes through here. I did drill a hole through and put a rubber grommet here so that the cable could pass through, and I'll show you the box. This is just a homemade job thing. I put a hole here so the cable will go in. I put the battery, it's just a little 12 volt. This is a 7.5 amp hour. And I put some rags in there just so it doesn't move around. But this way, again, I don't think it's so much waterproof. It's not so much that it's waterproof, but it does, you know, if this thing ever flipped over, the more secure things are, the better. Thankfully, I haven't flipped it over yet. Hopefully I never do, but if it does, this stuff should be able to at least stay in here. The foot pedals are just adjustable, like so you can put them where they're comfortable. And let's see, is there anything else? That's it. I think that's pretty much everything I've done to this kayak. As I said, it's a little bit heavy, so throwing it in the back of the pickup takes a little bit of help. I'm going to have to pick up, I don't have it yet, but I'm going to, when this damn lockdown is over, I'm going to go over to Bass Pro and get some wheels that like a dolly for the kayak, so that I can move it around a little bit easier. But that's it, and I have to tell you, I've really enjoyed using this thing. I don't get it out as often as I would like. I'm a little bit spoiled with the big boat, but when I do get it out, I'm reminded why I bought it, and I ask myself why I don't do it more often. So that's my kayak, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I appreciate you stopping by. Make sure you hit the subscribe and the bell down below, and give us a thumbs up. Check us out on Instagram, and until we meet again, guys, take care.